a different area. I just did a drop off, and someplace in Seaford in Long Island. It's very pretty, right on the water. Very nice, very nice. Thought I'd go live before the weekend because I won't be working the weekend. And I do have a good story to share with you. And first, I'll tell you that UberEats did a sly one again, got away with it. I was very careful yesterday. I was looking at it, looking at that phone. It only says one pickup. It doesn't say two. It don't say two. And when you get there, second pickup, double pickup, next pickup. They say to you on the next delivery, next pickup, when you slide. And they've been doing that a lot lately. It's getting played, you know. It's dishonest. There's really no reason to do that. Hello, Rideshare Lisa. People, visit Rideshare Lisa. She delivers. She's a gig worker, and she lives in upstate New York. Definitely give her channel a follow. Absolutely. Glad you're joining in. So I was going to go live at another location closer to home, but I'm really tight for time. I really wanted to share the story. First, I'll start off with Uber. I told you about that. And bravo to the customers, because customers have been very generous with me. Very good tips with Uber. Unexpected more tips than what they say when I accept the order. It's a little chilly out today. Visit Rideshare Lisa's channel, everyone. Absolutely. Gig Life with Lexi. Paid to Drive. Team LMDU. I still catch them occasionally. I just like the topic. I like to follow what's going on. GrubHub. I've been doing okay with GrubHub. I worked yesterday, and I do okay during the week. I guess because nobody's around. I forced myself, and like today, I forced myself. I did get half ready to go away, so I don't really have to like struggle tonight. I would love to stay out really late, but I can't because during the week there's not a lot of people around, and I guess they need more people out. It's very local, the drop-offs, the pickups, and that's what I like about it during the week in the summer. I guess June's a very busy month. Graduations, end of the school year. This was a screwed up year, so I'm sure it's more chaotic than usual. Um, People getting ready for the summer season. And this year was very different from all the rest. We all know why. So I did okay. And I did a lot yesterday. And before I went home, I squeezed in a few more GrubHub deliveries. And I picked one up and I delivered. Now you have to understand, it was a dead end and the road was very narrow. There was very limited space. There were cars coming. I had to pull up at the end of the driveway. This was a very long driveway. The house was onto the property, but I pulled up at the end. My car was half in the street. I walk up to the door with my mask on. Weird, but I have a good evening, young lady. I'm walking back to my car, and there's a woman from afar, like, give you an idea, like at the end of the dock there, just to give you an idea of the distance. I mean, you got to take 50, 60 steps to get there. Let's say 50 steps, at least. She pops ahead there's a couple of cars all the way down the driveway and from the fence. She comes out, she's staring at me. So now I'm thinking, what's wrong? So she continues to give me this very weird vibe. I said, I just did a delivery, ma'am. She goes, yeah, I know. Get off my property. Get off my property. Now, I'm doing a delivery, whether this is a tenant of yours or a family member. I never had somebody get that upset at me. You have to understand the situation. It was a dead end. It was a narrow street. What am I supposed to do? Pull on top of a car and walk on your property and deliver? She was already watching me when I was walking from the door. Get off my property. Then you should tell your tenants or your family members not to order from third party apps, not to receive deliveries, if that's how you're going to treat a delivery person. So when she was like, "Yeah, I know, just get off." I was like, "Oh, brother, God, I'm so nice." I'm thinking I'm really nice to people. I'm backing up. And she was like, and she just kept at it. So now I chuckle a little bit while I'm already driving away because I'm like, "Oh my God, you that was just bizarre." Then you should tell people not to get deliveries. Beautiful evening. It is such a high tide. Watching a boat come in very slow into a canal. It's so beautiful. It's a little chilly, but it's gorgeous. I mean, look at the sky, guys. I'm going to show you something. It's actually like a baby blue, fading into, I guess, like a purple, into a pink, another pale blue sky. Oh my God. What a view. What a color. That's absolutely beautiful. So I be careful because now I got nervous because I pushed it this week because I wanted to earn money before I took off a few days. Maybe I wouldn't have worked the whole weekend, but at least one day I would have worked. When you're used to that, you're used to the money. I'm planning ahead to have a mini vacation. So I cashed out last night when I got home. I made sure all the deliveries went through and I cashed out because I thought maybe she was going to complain. Now, the reason why I thought that, as I drove away and I made a left and got onto the main road, my phone rings. It's Chicago. I just hit the red button and I totally ignore it immediately. The phone wasn't even finished ringing for the first time. And then I was at a light and it called again and I hit the red button and then I blocked the number because they change. Grubhub changes the numbers all the time, but it's always from a Chicago number. I had to do it because this delivery was already completed, and I didn't want someone yelling at me. You know, that's between you and your tenant or family member. Bizarre. I had to pull up in the driveway a little bit, and my car was half in the street, like in front of there was a car parked on this side of the driveway, and the car parked this side, and I was in the middle, half in, half out, and I was like, "Oh, come on, does that? Who knows?" There was really no reason for it, and I refused to show fear. I don't know what she thought, but she thought wrong. And then she got more angry when she realized, oh my goodness, this woman's not afraid of me. No, I am not. So, but I had to block the number. I'm going to start driving home now, guys, because I am tight for time. But I wanted to share that with you. You got to be very careful. I found this really cool spot. I'm going to give a shout out. It's it's a boatyard. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to show you how high the water is. This is really high. This is rare. Give you an indication of how high it is. Look at that. That's high. Woo! It's so peaceful, though. Look how peaceful and beautiful that is. But look how high that water is to those homes on the other side. I mean, that's on the street. This water's touching the street over there. They absolutely. This is some boatyard. I'm always in Freeport. I thought I'd change it up. And Merrick, Freeport and Merrick. Boom, boom, boom. And then there's a place here. This is the kind of lifestyle you can live when you got boats and everything. There's a place that it's Krabby Amy's clam and oyster bar, and you pull your boats up right here. I mean, if you don't have a slot, a dock, That's how high the water is. It's right next to their tables. Holy shit. But this is the kind of lifestyle you can live if you become a cryptonaire or a billionaire. And I got to take classes to learn how to learn all the rules of the water. Oh, what a moon. Oh my God. I mean, what a night. What a beautiful time of day. Look at that moon, if you can see that. Hold on a second. I got to let the chat go by. That's the moon. What a view. Oh my God, what a view. Look how high that water is. Woo. Beautiful view. And it goes all the way around. Yeah, it is nice. And the homes over there are just, their homes are right there, but they must get flooded a lot here. I would think so. Some area, very nice. And I'm sure there's a lot of added responsibility living on the water. A lot more maintenance because you're right on the water. I mean, this is all water right here, all boats, all the way down. And the other side, the water's right to the homes, right to their backyard. Holy cow, that is close. I'd be worried all the time. Oh, jet skis, I bet you could rent them there. There's water all around here. It's a swampy area. But when it's like this, it's so beautiful. Oh my God. If I was a little faster on my feet, I would have drove in there. A lot of little boat areas around all these homes, but they gotta get flooded all the time. I think I'd be heartbroken if like Storm Sandy, people lost everything in their homes and stuff and destroyed. I know anything could be replaced. And one good thing about this modern technology, if you could take a picture of your old pictures and upload it to all the social media platforms and save them to your email, you can always get them reprinted again. That's one thing that will bother me, losing the handful of pictures I have from years ago before, cell phones and iPads and the internet. It's nice around here. See all the, wow, this is all canal, both sides. Holy shit. They must get flooded. The water's right there. They must get flooded all the time. Damn, there's water right here, right there, and there's water right there. I'm that close. So be careful with the apps. That was a weird experience. I never had somebody get that angry at me, and then she started calling me, and I'm like, she's obviously an ill person because who would do that? Oh, I should have taken notes. There were other things to talk about, and it was about the gig economy. You only could do so much. I did work. Now I didn't work the whole weekend. If I was, I did work a little bit each day, but I didn't work the way I wanted to work because I'm doing a lot. But if I wanted to push it on Father's Day, I would have made a lot of money. Anybody who pushed it on Father's Day in my market made bank because I only took a few and they were all $20. And I was like, damn, I wish you only could do so much. You got to make a call every now and then. I don't want to keep driving. And after this wedding, I'm seriously going to look for something else that people can use my skills, my knowledge. I have a lot of, skill set in an industry that's a part of today's technology. I understand it. I know how it works. So we'll see what happens. I was really just keeping busy and there's nothing wrong with a modest day's pay. I hung in there, and the opportunity is still there. The service is still in demand, and I really thought it was going to fade away. Father's Day. Throughout my long day, at the end of the day, I grabbed food for me and my mom. I used Chow Now for the first time. And oh, that's what it smells like with high tide. I thought that was low tide. It's a different kind of odor near the water. The water's all over here. Very swampy area if you live too close. Ciao now. I spoke about this about a year and a half, 2 years ago, when I was really in the prime working these gig apps in the gig economy, and I was doing it day and night. I was doing DoorDash, Postmates, GrubHub, maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, UberEats, and I was kicking it. And I was working a lot because I was paying off debt, and I wasn't allowed to keep my job part-time, so I had to hustle, and I did okay for myself. And I spoke about Chow Now entering into the industry, connected to the search engines. And this is what I did. It was my very first time using Chow Now. I opened up Safari, not even Google, Chrome or Mozilla. I opened up Safari on my phone and I typed in the restaurant, which was Greek Cove. I love their Greek food. And I realized, I said, oh, I'm looking at their menu. And I'm like, oh, that's Chow Now. I did take screenshots. However, then I would have had to create the video, upload the video. I couldn't go live. I couldn't multitask. Sometimes you got to make a choice. It is easier to go live every now and then. So I went to their menu, went to their website. Well, it brought me to their menu. That's what it was. When I opened up Safari and typed in Greek Cove, I tapped on website or menu, and it brought me right to the menu. I chose a few items, and it's very easy to add notes and not be charged. That's where a privately owned place are on their game. They don't lose money because then I said, oh, let me go to the sides. And I chose an extra dressing. And they gave me plenty because I had food over for the next day. So it worked out well. Um, they can lose money that way. And I paid for it. Chow Now told me they'll send me an email for confirmation. It was my first time doing it. So I just drove to the place and nobody was on the road. If I was in the mood to hustle Sunday, I would have made bank. Would have been a great opportunity early to earn money. Father's Day, there was nobody on the road at 7 o'clock where I lived. Parking lots were empty, but a lot of takeout. I pulled up, and what do you know? They were wrapping my food up. I paid for it. I gave a tip. I ordered. I added a tip, and then I paid for it, and I went and picked it up, all through a web browser. No third party needed. Do you hear me? Convenience. People are already driving home. Let me pull over for 2 minutes. Let me order my food. Let me open up a search engine, a browser. Safari is a browser. Chrome is a browser. Mozilla is a browser. Whatever that other one is, Netscape or Microsoft is a browser. There's a lot of them out there. Brave is a browser. Restaurant menus are just going to pop up. You're not even going to go to the website. You just tap on menu. Then you can click directions. How do you get there? And pick up your food on the way home. I see that being a game changer in the future. And I felt this way 2 years ago. That's going to give these third party apps a run for their money. When you're in it like we are in it as gig workers, we've been doing it a few years, you see the changes. And we already saw the change I did in my market. GrubHub lost, some GrubHub drivers lost work because some of the restaurants are using GrubHub for marketing and advertising and to generate leads. And they use their own delivery people. You don't have Chow Now here. Well, it's coming. It's coming. They must have sub pumps in their basements. Oh my God. They probably do. I'm sure there's a lot more added responsibility to a maintenance of a house when you live on the water like this. I would think so. Absolutely. And even if they have basements, I noticed a lot of orders say that items unknown because it was ordered directly from the restaurant. I noticed a lot of orders say that items unknown because it was ordered directly from the restaurant. Oh, and another thing with Chow Now. Hello, Ontario does it all. Thanks for joining in. What's so great now, I understand it. And I was trying to understand it a couple of years ago. Now I really do because I went to the Chow Now website online, and it gives the restaurant the opportunity to change their menu whenever they want. They don't have to they don't have to call up a third party, hope that somebody on the other end submits the data. Maybe there's a week or two waiting period to have items changed, prices changed. What's so great about Chow Now, linked to web browsers and search engines, is that the restaurant has their tablet or the iPad. Maybe they don't even have a tablet. Maybe they're just doing it from an iPad or a computer that they already have. No tablet needed. That's big. And they could change their menu. They could change their daily specials. They could change prices any time of day. They could do it 30 times a day. They don't need to rely on a third party. It's directed. The internet, the grasping of the customer is directed to them. It's led right to them. They have full control over their POS system. That's going to be a big game changer. That's only going to become more used as each day goes by. It's all about technology evolving, and people are gravitating more doing any kind of business through their phone. And that goes for bills, banking, you know, ordering food, ordering products, ordering services, all from the palm of their hands. We all saw that coming. Hello, hello, Alabama. Hello, hello. You know what, Low Alabama? I'll take a chance here. Oh, where? Add moderator. Cool. If a moderator gets out of hand, I just unmoderate you. That's all. Thank you for joining in. So, guys, we're watching the change happen. Oh, and I'm already using it. I did a contactless check-in. Their apps are almost fully functional. I had a problem. I had to go to the front desk. They said, please bear with us. We're working on perfecting the app. It's all about doing everything from the palm of your hand, ridding the middlemen. And right now, we're middlemen. UberEats is a middleman. GrubHub is a middleman. That's why they're trying to reinvent themselves, that they have the debit cards, that they're not charging any fees to the restaurants. They're using restaurants. They feel it's worth having people submit data and submit menus onto there. They have to keep it up to date too. That produces a different kind of job because they don't want to lose their position of a middleman. So they're using all the restaurants. Like that woman said, our prices are the same. They're not overcharging the customers, but they're charging a fee for the service. I feel delivery services will always be around, but I also feel maybe they won't be so in demand in the future, because with this service, when the browsers come into play and the search engines and there's no fee involved, these restaurants, they might want to hire their own delivery drivers. I picked up at a pizzeria tonight. Good order too. They gave me a very good tip. They had two delivery people sitting at a table with their bags. Pizza place, great, very good food. Frank's Pizzeria in Belmore, I believe. I think that's what it's called. The name Frank is in there. And they were using me. Now, I don't know if they're on Chow Now yet. Chow Now is going to really change a lot of things. You know, because there's a lot to be said knowing who's working, knowing who's representing your restaurant, knowing your delivery person, in-house drivers, because you hear a lot of horror stories, you know, and on the other end, like the customer yelling at me, you know, there's going to be a lot of changes happening. I feel this is going to be the last blast they will use just to deliver for the restaurants who don't have their own delivery people. You're welcome, Lower Alabama. Thank you for joining in. So everybody's input, I still keep up. I still like to watch the industry. It's just a fact. It's just the way it is. Um, it's still a way to generate part-time steady income, and it's working. We'll see what happens in the future. But there's a lot of changes. I said that 2 years ago that when people can open up their phone and just go to a browser, menus pop up on the way home, you know, that's going to be the norm. I feel people dining out will always be a social thing. Times are changing. We'll see how it unfolds. What else to tell you? Chow now. I really wanted to share that chow now because that was my first time doing it, and I was like, wow, that was incredible. Talk about a time saver. Saved me at least 10 minutes, at least. And it was very convenient. That's definitely easier than the apps. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If they're home and they go to no fees. Good point, right, Share Lisa? No fees, right? Or I think Chow Now has a one flat rate fee, and that's it. You get, 300 orders in a month. It's a flat rate. I'm sure there's different levels of flat rates. Very good, because restaurants are going to catch on to that. And these third party apps charge a lot of fees. Wow. And it would come into play. Maybe that's why Grubhub is changing their business model. The woman was she wasn't confused. She was just like, our customers are not being charged more money for the food, but they're paying a hefty service fee, and they're tipping on top. Hmm. I prefer chow later after I earn my money. Well, we're still workers in the field. I think DoorDash is 30%. Isn't that Uber Eats? It's 30%. And then you're giving a tip. Oh, well, with GrubHub, I took a lot of very local orders, and half of them yesterday, no tip. No tip. But it was a seven and change, and same town pickup, same town drop off. I chose to do it. I drove very low miles. I was tight for time. That's what I heard. I'm not sure. I haven't done DoorDash in a while. My last lately in the past year, I've done Uber Eats, focused on Uber Eats and GrubHub. All right, I'm gonna head home. Thank you. I'm happy I told you that. Chow Now is going to take over, and that's the way it's going to be with the internet. So we're going to watch this unfold. I feel there's going to be, I think that's why they're changing their business model. You know, it's too easy. It's just everything's too easy with the internet. Can't wait to see what happens. Yeah, it's going to unfold strangely. I feel this was the right place and the right time for me, and I was very, very lucky. But I also don't want to do this for another 5 years. Everybody's different. But I will follow the industry. I do like to see what's going on. I like to stay on top of it. But that's part of building an internet business too. I mean, I feel it's all relative. It's all relative. But the category, the interest, it's It's all connected. And that's part of my business. So I stay on top of technology, partially how I'm building my business. Okay, guys, thanks for joining in. If you got to work, I hope you earn a lot of money. If you work over the weekend, I hope you're slamming. And summer's here, my market. You earn, the times have changed. When it gets darker out later, things shift a little bit. It's easier to earn more money all day long when it's cold and it's winter, or at least fall. Absolutely. And people are more laid back in the summer, and they do a lot more barbecues, and it changes a little bit. Just made 70 in 3 hours. Wow, Ontario does it all. That's great. That's not bad at all. That's very good. Buffalo is good for me. Oh, you've been in Buffalo, rideshare, Lisa. You drive. You drive a lot. I know you drive a lot. All right. I'll see you in the next video clip. Have a great weekend. If you got to work, I hope you earn a lot of money. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining in. Any thumbs up are appreciated. And let's keep an eye out for Chow Now. I have a feeling they're going to take over. Part 2 weekend. Past 2 weekends. Past 2 weekends. Thanks a lot. Visit Rideshare Lisa, her YouTube channel. She's a gig worker in the economy. She does a lot. Buffalo. Ontario does it all. I don't know if he has a channel, but check him out. Every market. Right now, we're pretty lucky. But, I really do believe luck runs out eventually. That's fact. It doesn't stick around forever. Something's going to give. Something's going to change. And you got to be ready for the shift. And you got to be ready for the change. Oh, White Plains, New York. Got it. All right. Close to you. White Plains. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's not too far. Not that far. It's on the other side of the bridge, I believe. Yeah. Got to go over a bridge. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys. Hudson River away. Got it. Thanks for joining in. Bye, guys. Thumbs up. See you soon. Bye.